Welcome back to Dead Air Diary, where true crime gets messy, personal, and just a little effed up. Before we dive in, I need to hit you with the hard truth. The story is effed up, like really effed up. We're talking graphic torture, brutal sexual violence, and the kind of evil that doesn't just kill, it degrades. If that's not something you can stomach right now, I get it. This episode will sit with you. It's violent, it's cruel, and it's one of the darkest I've ever told. If you're still here, don't say I didn't warn you, because once you know what happened, you can't unhear it. It's 4:53 a.m. on May 29th, 1992. Somewhere in the sticks of Oklahoma. A remote, oil-stained patch of land locals call the Back 40. Something terrible is happening. The kind of terrible that doesn't leave a mess. It leaves scars. On the land, on the people, on history. A woman, Margaret Anderson, 42, is bleeding out from the mouth, the nose, the ears. Her fingernails are split and packed with dirt. Her wrists are shredded by duct tape, and the only thing louder than her screaming, the laughter. Who was Margaret Anderson? Margaret wasn't some wild party girl or criminal. She worked at a gas station, read romance novels, and lived in a trailer with a broken AC. People called her shy, sweet, and churchy, but not annoying. She didn't have enemies. She barely had friends. She just wanted to be left the hell alone. But Margaret had a weakness. Loneliness. And that's how they got her. Let me introduce you to the 6 demons in human skin who made sure Margaret didn't survive the night. This wasn't a one-man killing spree. This was group sadism. And it's worse than what you think. Ricky Lee Martin, the ringleader. 28, former oil worker, bar brawler. Once stabbed a dog because it barked too loud. Thought he was some kind of outlaw king. Got booted from 2 biker gangs for being too unstable. That's saying something. Jolene Joe Mercer, the instigator. 24 years old, Ricky's girlfriend. Pretty, mean as hell, loved knives. She bragged about slicing her stepdad's tires and possibly his face. She said Margaret looked like a dumb bitch. Her words. Chet Chains Lavo, the enforcer. 38 years old, ex-con. Did time for armed robbery and attempted rape. Had a homemade tattoo that said no remorse. And boy, did he live by it. Kevin Dale, the drifter. 19 years old, just along for the ride? Nope. Kevin filmed parts of the torture on a stolen camcorder. He also peed on Margaret, for laughs. Dawn Ray Gentry, the smiling one. 21 years old, blonde, giggly. Her laugh could have melted butter. She watched Margaret burn and said, "She looks like a roast pig." Brian Sticks Haskins, the silent one. 25 years old. Barely said a word the entire night. But he held Margaret down. He lit the match. Silence doesn't make you innocent. Starting at 9 p.m. that night, Margaret's invited to a bonfire hangout by Joe. She says it'll be chill, music, beers, some new friends. Margaret hesitates, but loneliness wins. She gets in the truck. At 10:15 p.m., they pull into the back 40. Total isolation, just rusted oil drums, tire ruts, and stars. Margaret's gut is screaming, but it's too late. 10:30 p.m. They grab her, rip off her shirt, bind her wrist with some duct tape. Ricky says, "We're just gonna have some fun, right?" Nobody laughs, but they all join in. At 11 p.m., she's beaten with fists, chains, a tire iron. Her teeth are broken, her shoulder is dislocated. They play music over her screams. At 12 a.m., Joe carves a word into Margaret's back with a pocket knife. It says, "Slut." Margaret begs them to stop. Kevin films it. Ricky lights a cigarette, stomps it out on her thigh. 1 a.m. They drag her to a rotting shack, chain her to a pipe. She's naked, bleeding, begging. They pour beer over her head, piss on her to humiliate her. Dawn giggles, "You're famous now, bitch." At 2:15, they burn her with a lighter, slowly, while asking her questions she can't answer, like, "What's your favorite sin?" Margaret's gone into shock. Her eyes roll back. Her body's twitching. At 3:30, she tries to crawl away. Brian hits her in the head with a rock. Not hard enough to kill, just hard enough to stop the hope. At 4, they vote. Literally vote. Do we kill her? All 6 hands go up. At 4:17, they shove a plastic bag over her head. Tie it with rope. She suffocates. Ricky unzips and does something I won't describe. You can guess. She's dumped in a ditch, covered in motor oil, left for the animals. This wasn't random. This was pack mentality, sexual sadism, learned evil. Most of them had abusive homes. Most had criminal records. None had empathy. Joe was jealous of Margaret. Thought she flirted with Ricky. Ricky wanted to feel like a god. Chains, just like pain. Giving it, watching it, feeling it. Groupthink killed Margaret. Alone. Maybe one of them would have backed off. Together? They turned into monsters. No fear. No guilt. Just laughs. Ricky Lee Martin got the death penalty. Executed by lethal injection in 2005. Took 17 minutes to die. Good riddance. Joe Mercer. Life without parole. Tried to claim she was coerced. Jury didn't buy it. She's in Mabel Bassett Correctional Center. Shane's Lavelle. Died in prison. Stabbed in the neck during a fight over ramen. Karma's a bitch. Kevin Dale. 25 years. Out on parole. Lives under a fake name, but the internet never forgets. Dawn Ray Gentry. 30 years. Eligible for parole in 2027. She teaches Bible study in prison now. Let that irony sink in. Brian Haskins. Still behind bars. Up for parole in 2030. Claims he doesn't remember much. Yeah, okay. Her family couldn't afford a funeral. Locals held a vigil, raised money for a headstone. It reads, she deserved to grow old. And she fucking did. What would you have done if you were there? Do you believe all 6 deserved equal punishment? Should any of them ever see the outside world again? Seriously. Leave your thoughts in the comments or DMs. I read them.